Okay. Did you guys see the river when you walked in? It's out of the banks now. Yeah, you'll have to look. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Well, it's definitely over the flood stage right now. Yeah. So, well, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I was telling these guys I don't have a real um, set plan today, but I thought we'd do some hip openers and just a nice big leg stretch because for me, I've been trying to ride my bike a lot and I need that. So settle in, close your eyes. And just turn to your breath to start. And try to smooth out your breath. Possibly engage a little bit deeper breath. Not forcing it, but just noticing the length of the inhale and the exhale. Try and even those out. Just check in with your thoughts this morning. And we all realize that we have choices in how we do things, what we do, and how we do things. But you also have a choice when it comes to your thoughts. We don't realize that. So see where your thoughts are and then see if you can turn them to this body, this room. And think positive things about your body. Our whole lives are shaped by our thoughts. So thoughts are very, very powerful. Please bring hands to heart center. May we all choose our thoughts wisely. When we do, then that shapes our actions wisely. Please pull your hands up your eyes. We're going to start on all fours. And just for fun, just kind of rotate in a little circle, kind of feeling out your wrists, your knees, your hips. Yep. There's Joe. And then pause and just move through some cow and cat. We got lots of cracking going on here. And go ahead and take a child's pose. See how your knees and your ankles and your hips feel. And then just walking your hands a little further away from you, come up on fingertips. A little shoulder stretch going. Broaden your clavicles. And then pressing the palms of your hands down, come up to all fours again. And extend your right leg. And then go ahead and set the ball of the foot down so your toes are curled under, and just stretch through your calf. Don't get too aggressive. Just feel out your foot, your toes, and your calf, your ankle. Good. And then pick that leg up, bring it to the left side, and set it down again. Feel a stretch on the outside of your right leg. Feel nice and long in your core. And you can do a little stretch to your left if you want. It's kind of a crescent stretch. So from the right toes all the way through the top of the head. Feel that stretch. Good. And then pick the foot up again, bring it off to the right side, kind of in the same plane as your right knee. And just kind of notice that stretch. You can move forward and back a little bit if that feels good. And then pick up that foot again. See if you can step it to the outside of your right foot. You'll have to bend your knee, yeah, or walk it slowly. You can move your left knee back a little bit if you want to. And stretch into that. Bring your right hand to your knee and maybe twist to your right a little bit. Feel it in your left hip more. Good. Now keep the hand on the knee. Walk that foot more in line with your right hip. Touch down with your right hand. Curl the toes under on the left foot and lift up to a deep lunge. Lift and lower a little bit with your left heel. Good. And then lowering the back knee again. Walk your hands back. You can use blocks here if you need to. Straighten the right leg and stretch now your hamstrings, calves, and shins if you want to point your toes if you feel that's a good stretch for you. Nice. Try and draw the leg into the socket. Maybe shift the hip to the right a little bit, left, and then come straight on and stretch. Good. Bend back into the front knee. Lift the back knee, step back, down dog. And then go ahead and lower down to all fours again. We'll do that same thing on the opposite side. So stretch the leg straight. Calf. Lift that leg up. Bring it to the right side. Just be mindful the hips stay square to the floor. Engaged core. And then maybe twist and look at the foot. Nice long crescent stretch. Good. Coming back to center, pick the foot up, bring it off to the side. I always have to check and see if it's approximately the same plane as my knee, and then move forward and back a few times, stretching that out. And then big stretch. You might have to walk the foot or step it to the outside of your left hand. I always have to walk my right knee back a little bit. And can lift the knee if you want to. Big stretch there. And then bring your left hand to your left thigh, little twist. Oh, that feels good. I don't know if that's hitting your spot, but it's hitting mine. Good. And then coming back to center, walk your foot in line with your sits bone. Bring your left hand to the outside and lift up to deep lunge. And then lowering the back knee. Slide your hips back to straighten the left leg. Runner's lunge. Just kind of shift your hip to the left a little bit. Just kind of feel that, and to the right. Just feeling a lot of the different fibers in your hamstrings. Maybe stretch the toes towards the floor. Good. Then back into the front knee. Lift the back knee and step back to down dog. Spread the weight evenly on your hands and just walk out your dog. So connection in your core. Good. Lower to your knees. And come down on your elbows. And make sure the elbows are right under the shoulders or maybe slightly in front. Interlace your hands. And press down. And then sit back to a child's pose here. So it's like you're just giving yourself a little stretch, keeping the armpits hollow. You don't go very far back. It's just a shoulder stretch. And then come on back up. Press through your forearms and your hand. Lift your knees to dolphin pose. Wiggle your feet back a little bit. Broaden your clavicles, stay really strong, and then come forward to an elbow plank. And just notice your core really strong. Good. Push up and back to dolphin again. And then lower your knees. Stretch back to that dolphin child's pose. And then coming back up on your elbows. Come back up to dolphin. Press through your forearms. This time, walk your feet a little closer. Try not to allow your neck to get scrunched. So think long back of neck. Good. Then walk the feet back. As you do, bring your shoulders over your elbows to elbow plank again. Broaden your clavicles. And back up to dolphin pose, just regular. And lower your knees. This time, really come up on your hands and release all the way back to a child's pose and just let your arms rest, your shoulders rest. Couple deep breaths. And then come on back up to all fours on your hands instead of your elbows. And just do bird dog. So extend the right leg. I want you to really focus on the core and left arm. See what happens if you bring the right leg out to the side without touching down and your left arm to the left side. So if you can keep that strong core, good. Bring it back and down. If it didn't work for you, it's okay. Extend the left leg, the right arm, really strong core. Bring that leg out to the side, arm out to the side, and back in and down. Good. Bring your hands forward a little bit. Lift to a downward facing dog. Check in, see if you're, bend your knees a little bit. Think sits bones back and up. Nice long spine as you re-straighten the legs. And then slowly walk your feet up to your hands. Your blocks are there if you need it. And just sway forward and back. Maybe bend one knee and the other. And very, very slowly One vertebra at a time, stacking on top, roll on up to standing. Feel okay? That went well? Okay, good. Good. Now I have you stand in your best Tadasana. Stretch your arms up. And arc to your right. And then flow back up and arc to your left. Back up and bring hands to heart center. I'm going to have you step one leg in front of the other to cross your feet. And I want you to cross them far enough that you feel stable. And so one foot can be slightly in front of the other if you want. How's that feel? Okay. Now interlace your hands and stretch them forward. Press your palms up and stretch up. And then we're going to arc to the right again. I want you to keep the weight in your left foot. So you're arcing, feeling stable. Good. Come back to center and arc the opposite direction. I want you to feel this in your IT band. And you're balancing too. Good. Come back up and bring hands back to heart center. Now let's just put the opposite foot in front, whatever you did before. And it feels really strange because we have a tendency to do it the same way. Interlace your hands again, palms forward, stretch up. Arc to the left first this time. And come forward and arc to the right. And forward. And bring your hands down. Good. Unwind. And standing on your right foot, lift your left heel. And then bring your arms out, lift your knee. Oop. Check in with your balance. And just grab that left knee with your left hand. Stretch the other arm up. And release. And switch sides. With the right heel and the right knee. Maybe grab the knee with your right hand and stretch up. I want you to feel your low belly drawing up, your sits bones stay back, and they get nice and long in your spine. That's it. And then release. Good. Or I know balance is always different. Every day it's different, but we're going to play with it a little bit more. So now I'm going to have you come back to the first side. So standing on the right foot, lift the left knee, and then see if you can bring the hands and interlace them underneath. And give a little back, pull back so the hip creases stay even. And maybe extend your leg. And release. Ooh. Okay, other side. And if you need to go by a wall, feel free. you press the leg into your hands a little bit, sometimes that helps. And then see about extending once you find the balance. And release. Oh, that's mind-blowing, isn't it? Take a break, just swivel your hips around. Woohoo. I want to try one more thing. Haven't done this for a while. So you're going to lift the knee. So standing on the right leg, lift the left knee again. This time, bring your left hand to the hip, reach your right hand across. And then maybe twist to the right or to your left, my right. And extend that arm straight back. Good. And come on in and release. Good job. Takes a lot of focus, and don't move your eyes quickly. Think of keeping your eyes kind of looking one direction and then twisting. It helps. So stand on the left foot, lift the knee, right hand to the hip, left hand finds the knee, and then don't move until you feel really stable, and then twist. I really struggle with this side. Not happening for me on this side. Good. And release. It's always fun to play with stuff like that. I was gonna do one more, but oh, we can try it. Stand on your right foot, lift the left heel, and lift your knee up, and then see if you can reach on the inside and reach down and find your ankle or your foot. And then turn the knee out a little bit. Wait till you feel stable. And then maybe extend the arm and the leg. And release. A lot of breeze going in here. And just play with it. I haven't done it for a while. It does feel good once you get it. Ankle or foot. And play. And release. Good. Come up to the front of your mat and have your blocks handy. And they're just in case you need them quick. They're arm extenders. So you're gonna stand on your left foot, bring your right knee up. Bring your arms out to the side and slowly lean forward as you bring the leg back and step it back. Yeah, and then find your balance. Your blocks are there if you need to take deep lunge for a minute. Keep that back leg strong and lift up to crescent warrior. Now notice both feet even, sits bones and heels and knees line up. Bring hands to heart center. Straighten the front leg. Good. Then back into the front knee, Stretch the arms up. Good, lean forward. Step forward, stretch up. Good, hands to your heart center. A lot of balance today. But we need to have balance in our lives, right? So stretch the arms up as you do. Lift the left knee. Move it back slowly as you lean forward. Step it back. Come upright. Crescent warrior. If you need to touch the blocks to find the stability first, please do. Good, hands to heart center. Straighten the front leg. So the hips move evenly back. It's hard to keep the balance. Good, bend into the front knee. Stretch the arms up, crescent warrior. Just bend right at the hip creases, lean forward a little bit, and step forward. Good, hands to heart center. And pause, just close your eyes. Feel the effects that all that balancing has done. Hopefully it's good. Couple breaths. Open your eyes. We're going to stretch the arms up, or you can put them wherever it helps you. Lift your right knee again. Move it back in space. Step back. You might have to take several steps to get to that crescent warrior. Good. Reach down, touch the blocks. Straighten the left leg again. You might have to move the blocks to the higher height and fold a little deeper. Heels, sits bones, knees line up. And into the front knee. Lower the back knee. And stretch up to Anjane Asana. Couple breaths. And touch down. Good, now you're gonna wiggle your left foot forward a little bit. You can use the blocks if you need to stretch back into that runner's lunge a little bit. And then see if you can slide the foot a little further forward or the knee back. Go a little deeper. Big stretch, keep the hips square. Good. Slide it in, bend back into the front knee. Hands to the blocks. Lift the back knee. And this time step back to down dog on the blocks. Extend the right leg. And step it through to deep lunge. Lower the back knee. Anjane Asana. Like the heel to knee, knee to heel. And touch down. Either wiggle the foot forward, slide the knee back, or both. Then straighten the right leg. Get a little deeper stretch. And the hamstrings there. Maybe fold. Hip creases stay even. Good. And come on back up. Bend into the front knee. Might have to adjust, lift the back knee. And step back, downward facing dog. And extend the left leg and step it through to deep lunge. Ground the back foot down. And bring the right hand to the hip. And bring the left elbow to the knee. Konasana. Crack, crack. Where's that coming from? Good. Sweep the right arm up and around. Come to warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Take a moment. Just really feel strong. Your block's there if you need it. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Oh. Do this for me, Carrie. Bring your hand to your hip. Think long side body, right shoulder on the back. There you go. And then just stay there. Maybe extend the arm. Or, yeah, that arm. How's that feel? Okay. Good. Pretend like I'm pulling on your wrist and come up to standing. Turn the left foot forward. Stretch your arms up. Good. Hold forward. Press hard to just however you can get there. If you need to slide your hands down, you can. Just kind of sway forward and back. See if you're using all parts of your feet. See if you feel it more in one leg than the other. Good. And then swivel the heels a little bit. Bend the knees so they're tracking straight. Bring your hands on your knees. And bring your torso more upright for goddess pose. Hands to heart center if it feels good. Good. This is going to be a tricky move. You're just going to swivel your heels back out as you stand up. Ooh, crack. Another crack. We're getting all kinds of cracks. Good. Turn your right foot out towards the back wall. Stretch your arms up. Bring them to T. You don't have the block handy here, but we're going to triangle pose. You might have to use the shin or the floor. That's it. How's that side feel? Hand to the hip again. Think long side body. Draw the head of the arm bone back. So shoulder blades are on the back. And then if it feels like they are, you can stretch the arm. Good. Bend the front knee, come up to warrior two. Notice what all that stretching did for your legs and your core. Good. Elbow to the knee. Parsvakonasana. Yeah. You can stretch the arm by the ear if it feels like a good stretch for you. That's beautiful. Good job, you guys. Good. Stretch that arm up, come back up, warrior two, straighten the front leg, turn that foot in and reverse the left foot out. I want you to face into the front and then windmill down. Turn the back heel up. And step back. Downward facing dog. And lose the blocks. Come forward to a regular plank. And hold. Try not to let your body get out of plank position. Just think long stretch through the top of the head, all the way through the heels. And then hugging the elbows closer, bringing the heart forward a little bit, lower to the mat. Good job. Stretch the feet long. Cobra pose. And lower. And do that again since it's our first cobra. Think long, long, long spine. And lower. One more time. And good. Push back to all fours. And take child's pose. And come on up, and I want you to just transition to seated position. And stretch your legs out in front of you. Oh, sorry. I put a I put one of those we found a spider. I put one of those little things that you plug in, and it's supposed to repel bugs, but maybe not working because every time I come down here and clean, there's spiders in the corners, the little teeny ones. Good. So bend your right knee. And you decide if you want to keep the heel in line with your sits bone, or if you want to bring it across for more of a hip stretch and interlace front of your shin. Pull back and lengthen up. Feel that. And then maybe grab with your left elbow and bring the right hand behind you for a twist. Every inhale, think, I'm tall and long and on both sits bones, really. And then maybe on the exhale, you can twist a little deeper. You should feel it in your hip. Good. And then come back to center. And just for fun, let's do half Gomukhasana. So stack that knee on top of your other knee. Yeah, perfect. And then if you want more stretch, if this is a lot of stretch, stay there. If you want more stretch, think tall again. And then Just kind of bend at the hip creases and stretch forward a little bit. What you needed. Yeah. And then come on up. Now bring that foot to the inside of your extended leg and see how that feels. If it doesn't feel good on your knee, then you can just extend that leg long. And in this variation, our hips are going to stay square. We're just going to fold over the extended leg. I like to reach your right hand across to the little toe side of your left foot. Left hand out to the side. Come on up. Oh, that felt good too. Extend that leg and switch. So left foot, you decide where. If you can get the foot grounded down, great. Pull back and up so you can really feel strong and long in your spine. And then take your time just adding the twist. One side always feels tighter than the other. Just notice every inhale. Feel that connection in your core and the length. And then on the exhale, twist. Good. And coming back to center, you can add that Gomukhasana stretch, or if it's better for you, just do this. And, your foot doesn't come down, it doesn't feel that great. I sometimes have to wiggle around to make sure I'm strong on my sits bones. And then if you want more stretch, think hip creases, move, maybe sits bones move back and fold. Coming on up, move to that foot on the inside position. Think of your knee as a hinge, so really be careful. I'm telling myself that, my bum knee. Yeah. And then you decide if you want to fold deeper. Or you can keep that leg extended, which is what I'm going to do for my knee. Your belly centers on that right leg. And then slowly come on back up. Bring the feet together and lower down to your backs. And just pause in a bent knee position. And then notice, keep a neutral spine. Let's start. Maybe it'll be all right. And then just bring your right ankle over your left thigh. Lift your left foot up and press your right ankle into your left thigh. Keep your arms in cactus. So press, 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 and then let yourself roll to your left hip. Whew. Your right foot comes down. Good. Come back to center, pressing the ankle into the knee. Come back to center. Set the left foot down, unwind, and switch. Right ankle across. Lift the right foot up. Press left ankle into right knee, right thigh, and then roll to your right hip. Let the left foot come down. And a twist, but a hip opening twist, right? Excuse me. Good. Press, come back to center. Set the right foot down, unwind. Bring your feet a little wider. Just do a few windshield wipers. Moving as slow or as fast as you want. Might need them outside today too, as well as inside. Good. And then bringing the knees up, hug your knees in. Roll up into a little ball. And then go ahead and stretch out for Shavasana. And as you settle into Shavasana, I just kind of want to remind you of a few things that you do have freedoms with your thoughts, choices. We're so fortunate as we're coming into the 4th of July. We're so fortunate that we have a lot of freedoms in the United States that people don't have around the world. We can choose what we do, where we live, what we eat, what we choose to support, who we choose to support, and on and on. And even though people around the world don't have the same amounts of freedom that we do here in the States, everyone has the freedom to choose their thoughts. Even people who've been imprisoned have been able to affect their experiences by choosing their thoughts and their internal experiences wisely. As you settle into your breath and your allowing your physical body to relax. Allow your exhalations to get a bit deeper. See where you're holding any residual tension or muscle energy. Let that go. And today you get to choose what you put into your body through your senses. You can choose what you look at. You can watch the news, the gloom and doom, or you can look for positive things that people are doing to improve their world. You can look at your phone, or you might look into the eyes of your loved one. You also choose what you put in through your ears, what you hear. Maybe good calming music, or again, news on the radio. You could choose positive podcasts, TED Talks. You could choose to hear those around you speak. You choose what you smell. Essential oils, flowers. You can choose what you taste, foods that feed your body properly, or foods that you just really enjoy. Maybe foods that are seasonally appropriate and fresh. You can choose what you feel. You could choose good soft clothes that help you feel comfortable or maybe powerful. You can choose shoes that fit properly. Or maybe you can choose to go barefoot in the grass. You get to choose who you spend time with. People that help you grow and expand. Or even if you choose to be with people that drain your energy a bit, you can choose to fill yourself up first with what you're needing, and then you can be around some of those energy drainers. You can choose the activities that you do today, activities that feed your soul and your mind, exercises that improve your fitness. You can think of how much rest and relax you work into your day. As you continue to relax, just think of a few things that you really enjoy and you want to make time for. Whether it's singing, dancing, laughing, writing, anything. Who knew you had so many choices? So much freedom. Make a choice to appreciate the movement of your breath, moving in and out. And then you get to choose how you want to transition back to seated. Just take your time. Come on up when you're ready. Bring hands to heart center. Thank you so much for choosing to be here this morning. I appreciate it. Namaste. Good.